Forward, assistant Texas, number 20.
What's going on, Tar Heel Nation? It is your favorite North Carolinian, Russ, the Tar Heel. And before we get started, man, you know we've been having some audio trouble and everything here lately, man. Let me get a sound check, man. Everything sound okay? Am I coming in loud and clear? I know there have been some issues here lately, dude. But if not, I'm gonna go ahead and stink and just jump right into this bad boy until somebody says, "Hey, bro, we cannot stink and hear you." What in the heck do you got going on, Russ, man? So I appreciate everybody hanging out, man. We got 9 in here, 10 in here right now, dude. At the beginning of the show, man. Welcome to the $625 score prediction and call-in show, dude. My man, I appreciate you, Hutch. Appreciate you, Hutch. 625 stinking dollars, bro. Trying to think of I don't think I've seen another college football show in any way, shape, or form do that much. I think that's a record, man. If somebody's seen more, let me stink and know. Dude, $625, dude. All you got to do is subscribe to the channel, call into the show, predict the stinking score, and you got half your mortgage. Or some of you knuckleheads, man, got your car payment for the stinking month, dude. Easy money. Easy stinking money. Or is it? Or is it, man? Let me give a shout out to the guys in the chat right now, man. Shout out to my guy stinking Preston, man. Said, let's go Hills. Juice is in the house. What's going on, bro? How you doing, man? Hanging in there, dude. Long day. Long day. Long day tomorrow. Early morning tomorrow, dude. So, getting through it, baby. Getting through it, man. Preston, I'm glad you fired Brian Kelly. Yeah, exactly. And I got Bill on here, man. I got make sure I get to the right one. Check him out, bro. With the stinking hoodie. With the stinking hoodie. That's the good looking Bill right there, man. Best looking coach in college football, baby. Press said sounds fine. Press said make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe button 100%. Once again, Hutch said that we're stinking cooking with gas. So we're going to go ahead and jump into this thing, man. As you guys know, I give you a real quick, old man type stuff, dude. Weather. We'll look at the uniform combination and everything, and just some quick thoughts on this game, and then we're gonna get hot, bro. Score prediction time. So this may be only a 30-minute show. It just depends on what kind of participation we got. But without further ado, we're gonna go over here to the stinking other screen, and Winston-Salem, bro. Winston-Salem. Not too far away from Chapel Hill. It's going to be beautiful football weather thus far, man. 73 high, low of 58. So if you're in the area, man, get to the ball game. That's perfect stinking football weather right there, dude. A mix of clouds and sun early, then becoming cloudy later in the day. If I was in the area, I would be taking in the stinking game for sure. Throwbacks. I guess we're feeling good after that Syracuse the Syracuse away game, dude, because back-to-back away games, same uni. We're going with the throwback uniforms with the blue helmet, the white tops, and the blue breeches. The day before my birthday, actually, day before my stinking birthday, man. So I like the look. I'm pretty happy with it. And if you guys haven't already heard, 4-star cornerback David Davis has flipped his commitment from Penn State to North Carolina. So that's just a side note right here. Some good news for the Heels. And then there was another comment down there. I can't remember exactly where it was, but somebody was pretty exhilarated about the uniform combo. Said that it should be our permanent uniforms right there, Mr. Robbie. Said, I don't care what anybody says. These should be our permanent unis. And I also like the little shout out to Dre Bly. Dude, Ronald Stinking Curry. That was a big thing when he came to Carolina, man. That was a really big thing. So pretty cool little ordeal they got there. Uni first. Oh, Ronald Curry, man. Yeah, I appreciate you, Juice. Thank you, man. I'm almost to the midpoint of this thing that we call life, bro. It's pretty crazy how it passes you by. So yeah, man. Uniform combo. We've got the weather and everything taken care of, man. And just some quick thoughts, dude, before we jump into the the call-in show, man. If you guys haven't already, man, please. A lot of time and effort goes into those the preview shows that we do every week. Believe it or not, it's a lot of editing and everything, and so give it a listen if you get a chance. Um, I feel actually pretty good about this football game, and one of the biggest reasons is that quite frankly, I don't think that Wake Forest offense is in a really good position right now, and surprisingly enough, I think that it might even be in a worse position than Carolina's has been over the course of the last 3 weeks. Man, Damon Claiborne is a fantastic running back, really good size, hits the hole, but he's been limited lately, and I think it's because, quite frankly, um, you know, you can kind of stack the box against Wake Forest right now. They're kind of going with two quarterbacks. They got Purdy and they got Robbie Ashford. They have not lit it up as of late. Don't necessarily know exactly what that's about. Ashford has had good games before, but when you couple how they've looked the past 3 weeks, they've won. They're actually 2-1, and I think they're averaging like maybe 12 points a football game, dude. It's pretty phenomenal that they're 2-1 with that kind of offensive output because it's been worse than Carolina's, believe it or not. So I feel for Wake Forest fans in that sense. Not really, but you get what I'm saying. So I feel good going into this game. I think it's going to be an extremely low scoring affair. I think both defenses are good and both offenses are not good. And so we're going to see a lot of punting, and it's really going to be who can control the line of scrimmage. And, quite frankly, I'd love, 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 love to see Carolina somehow take an early 7-0 lead because I think touchdowns in this game are going to be gold, like worth their weight in stinking gold, man. So it's like, what team can score a touchdown that could be the difference in this stinking football game, man? I really think that it could come down to one score. It's going to be that kind of game, the way that the defense has been playing, man. Shout out to Jimmy in the house, man. Good to see you, bro. Gene Triple Horn is in the stinking house. Said we're probably not seeing the LT throwbacks this year, and that's fine with me. That's fine with me. 4-5. I don't want to bring them out for nothing, man. Maybe we'll rock them week 1 TCU in Ireland. In Ireland, baby, to jump things off. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I don't think that we've had the type of season where we need to bring the 80s throwbacks out. That's just my own stinking personal opinion. So we're going to go ahead and open up these daggone phone lines, man. Phone number is on the bottom. It'll eventually get there. 919-590-3514. Call into the show and let me know what you think about this daggone football game. Give me your score prediction. And if you get it right, bro, I'm going to send you 625 bones, dude. Can't beat it with a daggum stick, man. So, once again, 919-590-3514. What's going on, baby? You're on the phone, Russ. Who am I speaking to?
What's going on, Russ? It's Preston. What you know?
Press. What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
Oh, just chilling. Ready for this game Saturday.
Yes, sir. What you got, man? How you feeling, dude? I want to know Preston's what's the temperature right now?
Well, these guys are good. I mean, their defense is good, is what I mean to say. Their offense isn't that good, but that's kind of how we are. It's a mirrored thing, but you alluded to it, and I really agree with what you said earlier. Claiborne's awesome, but if they can't throw the ball, you make them one-dimensional. Carolina's, 4 games in a row, they've shown up on defense. So I think Carolina's formula, we know what that is now. It's hold on to the ball, please hold on to the ball, play defense, and get 1 or 2 scoring drives somehow, and you'll be in the game. Now, if we're not good enough to overcome multiple turnovers, unless we get some, but that's how it is. But we're 2-0 the last 2 weeks. I'm going to make it 3-0. I came close last week with 20-10. I'm going to do it again. 20-10 Tar Heels.
20-10 North Carolina, says my man Preston, and I mean that's literally what kind of stinking game I think that it's going to be, man. Who has the big game, man? Who scores the touchdowns? Any ideas for Carolina?
I really think Juju's going to go off on this in this game. I don't know why. I know Bill likes to do running back by committee, and he's done that since he's been with the freaking Patriots. But
Right.
I don't know. I think that's what. And Ship, come on, he's kind of smooth on that last one of the touchdowns against Stanford. So
Yeah.
those two guys, and look, they weren't. I don't know. Gio's not as bad as he was earlier in the season.
Right.
At least he's not turning the ball over like he was. So
Right.
I don't know. That's just kind of how I feel about it. We've got a formula now, and that's what it is.
I agree.
Don't turn it over, and that's with everybody. But the defense, man, did you think earlier in the year when we were getting blown out by those guys that we would have 4 good defensive outings in a row? I sure didn't.
No, not especially not after that TCU game. Now, ironically enough, I didn't anticipate them playing as high of a level as they have here lately, but I did anticipate the defense playing much better. Um, so I can't say that I thought that it would be like this. Obviously, we got to take in the competition into consideration. But I wish that we could see this defense play against. Not saying we'd win the football game, but maybe see the defense that we have right now play against a TCU or maybe some of these other programs that we got just boat raced earlier in the season. But this is a little bit closer to what I anticipated. Just good defense, and just playing the field position game. And so I think you said it perfectly, and I haven't even thought about this, but I think that you've seen our formula, right? Hold the football the best you can. Hopefully, you get a scoring drive or two, and you kind of hold on until the end here lately. With just good defense and decent special teams. So I like the score prediction, man. I think it's going to be a low scoring game. And I think you might have hit it on the head because it seems like one week it's this running back, and the next week it's another running back. Last week it was Davion Gauss. So you would just kind of assume that he's going to get the nod in this one. It might be Damon. The Demon Deacons. They get to see who the real Damon is.
That's right. I didn't think about that. But don't sell our defense short against Virginia when they had their good quarterback. I mean,
Right.
really. I'm not saying they're world beaters or anything, and you're right about a lot of these teams we've played have had good offenses, but still, I, look at the numbers. They don't lie. That's how it is. So, having said that, they might put 50 on us, but I don't think so.
Right. I don't think so either, bro. Not 50. Goodness gracious. That's a bad day. That's a bad day from this Wake Forest offense. So my man Press says 20 to 10, baby. 20 to 10. And maybe Damon gets a couple of tutties. And hey, I don't care,
hope
bro.
so.
Just win and stink in advance. Let's make these last 2 games like the playoffs, bro. That's what I'm hoping for.
You know what? I would take a 2-0 win. I don't care. I just want the victory.
Absolutely, brother. I'm right there with you, Press. 100%, bro.
All right, brother. Keep up the good word. I'll talk to you later.
All right, I appreciate you, Press. Thanks, brother.
Bye.
My man, you guys know I love my stinking Preston, dude. Carolina 20 to 10, low scoring game. Thinks it's going to be a Damon June type, maybe workhorse type game where he gets a ton of carries. Remember, last year, Omarion Hampton got a ton of work in this game too. 35 carries, over 200 yards, only 1 touchdown. But Carolina was able to, maybe it was a little bit closer than we thought it was going to be initially. But what's going on, Hutch?
What up,
can
my
I do
brother
you for?
from another mother in another state?
What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
Living the American dream all day, every day, Russ.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What you got, man?
Man, just talk a little football, man. Let's chop up this game, man. I stick by my original prediction if they all, watch the preview show. I think it's going to be a close game, but I think that, Wake Forest defense is really, really good. That's a really good, well-coached unit.
Right.
The offense, I think, is not as bad as people are making it out to be. I've watched a bunch of their games this year. They move the ball pretty well. And then drive stall. I mean, you look at the SMU game, they should have beat SMU by 2 touchdowns. They had 5 turnovers, 2
Right.
inside the 5-yard line. Damon Claiborne coughs it up going in. Purdy coughed it up going in. And that defense gave up 12 points, giving up 5 turnovers because they had 3 of their own, and did the same thing against Virginia. Their first drive, they stalled out, and I disagreed with it when it happened. Dickert went for it. I get it. You're trying to be aggressive on the road. I'd have taken the points. They stalled out at the plus 30, get 3 points. And then he went for it on, in 4th and 1, which I agreed with. He was on the 1-yard line, and they call, I think Freddie Kitchens was on the group chat with Robbie Zell because it was 4 of the dumbest play calls you could ever have.
Right.
And they fourth down, they run a toss out to Claiborne. It's a terrible pitch, and all he can do is just fall on it.
Yeah.
So, they have the ability to move the ball. And the thing that's going to be interesting for me defensively for the Heels is that Wake Forest only given up like 11 sacks, I think, this entire year. So part of their thing is the last couple of weeks, the Heels be getting after quarterbacks against a team that really doesn't give up a lot of sacks. Now, a lot of that has to do with the fact that Ashford can really kill you with his legs. And I'll say this about him. I've watched him at each place he's been. I was never overly impressed, and he still has his shortcomings. But watching him in a couple games this year, one against Virginia Tech and the other against NC State, that kid can throw a deep ball on a dime in a bucket. I mean, he's got some ability to do that. And they got a guy, was it Chris Barnes, their receiver? I mean, just 5'8", I think he weighs as much as one of my legs, but can flat out burn. I mean, just an absolute field stretcher.
Yeah.
So, if they can hit some big plays deep and field position, make that big play, they could score some points. That being said, and then Purdy's got an absolute rocket launcher of an arm. And the second thing with the Heels is be disciplined in your run fits. If you're over pursuing, if you're getting washed out of your gap, not keeping your head in your gap, Claiborne can kill you. He's got that just, home run speed where, my old buddy Kim Courtwright that I coached with said, hey, strike up the band and we're off like a herd of turtles, and there's 6 points on the board. So I think it's going to come down to, I think the big thing here is turnovers and special teams. Who wins a turnover battle? Is Gio going to have another turnover like he had last week against Stanford? Now, granted, didn't end up in points, but Wake Forest, that type of team, is going to make you pay if you turn the ball over. And then who's going to get the big kick return, big punt return, a blocked punt? Kicker-wise, I mean, Verhoff's been real good. He's proved me wrong from my question marks about him coming into the season. He's perfect under 50. Calvert for Wake Forest has a bunch of big pressure kicks. Hit the game winner against SMU, and he hit 3 last week, and he hit twice from 50 that gave them he hit 3 field goals, all over 45 yards, and the last 2 were from 50. And they needed both of them in that win. So I think, honestly, man, it's not a big stadium, but a legacy sold out. I think that crowd, if you watch them against SMU, the crowd was definitely into it. And this is, for them, y'all are a rival. I mean, you're one of their rivals. You may not be one of theirs. You're down, I guess, correct me if I'm wrong, they're down the hierarchy below Duke and State.
Yeah.
But to you, they want nothing more than to beat the flagship.
Right.
They
100%.
want to come out and they want to bury you.
Right. Yep.
So I think it's going to be a fun one. I'd be surprised. Honestly, I don't see y'all putting 20 points on that defense. This is one of the better defenses you faced all year. I think this is going to be a low-scoring game. Like I said, I think unless somebody ends up capitalizing on some turnovers or just has some meltdowns, this is going to be, a lower-scoring, type game where the big thing is, hey, like I said, who gets the pick six? Who gets that fumble recovery for a touchdown? Who takes that punt return back?
Well, that was one of my keys to the game was special teams because the only touchdown scored in the Virginia game was an 88-yard punt return. And we seen that Carolina has had, I would say they've been competent in special teams this year. Especially by not allowing big plays in the return game. So that's definitely something that you got to make. It's the same thing for me if I was gonna give you some pointers against Carolina. Like, make the offense beat you. Do not allow them to score in other phases of the game. Just like you said, you can't have any scooping scores. You can't be throwing pick sixes. You have got to make that offense beat you. And I'd say the same thing about Carolina. If I was gonna, like I said, tell Wake Forest, well, how do you beat this North Carolina team? Make the offense think and go the length of the field and score points. One of the interesting things to me is, you're talking about turnovers. Who can capitalize on them? Well, Carolina has not had a very good history this year of capitalizing on turnovers. Doesn't matter if they get the ball inside the 10 first down. Somehow,
Fair enough.
they're going to stink and turn that into a field goal attempt and not even come close to sniffing the goal line, whether that be play calling or just broken plays. So, you know, I, I'm hoping, you know, I'm hoping that Carolina can have a big player or two. It seems like, against Syracuse, you had the screen pass to Juju. Preston had alluded to maybe he has a good game because we didn't see him much last week, right? And that's kind of how it seems that, we're going from running back to running back to running back. Um, maybe there's a big play, something like a screen pass, or maybe you have a defender fall down in the secondary, like what happened to Jordan Ship last week against Stanford. That kind of, that's what Carolina needs, man, because the offense obviously lacks the explosion. And just the caveat off of what you said defensively, they've got to stay in the run fits because, you know, I want Robbie Ashford to beat me with his arm. Do not beat me with his legs, So,
Which makes me wonder, because watching the game last week against Virginia, it's one of the things that really surprised me is watching them. There were so many plays where it's this pinnacle that was 13-9. It's this critical drive, and Wake Forest is driving, and Virginia puts them in 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9, and both plays. Those linebackers are out of the box, and I'm like, you have no spy on a quarterback that can kill you with his legs. There's
Right.
nobody spy.
right.
Nobody. I mean, you're just literally inviting him to tuck it and go, or just design QB run.
Right. Right.
So
Either spies,
know,
either a spy or some sort of cover 3 shell where you're playing zone concepts where your backers can kind of get to their spot and also have an eye on him. Depending on what Wake Forest is trying to do. Anytime you're playing a quarterback, and I'm not saying you don't mix it in, obviously, especially at that level. You know, anytime you have man concepts and you get corners turning their backs to athletic quarterbacks, that could also be a recipe for disaster too. So, just I have full confidence in Steve Belichick to be able to draw something up, if you will. But I really think that that's going to be imperative. Robbie Ashford cannot beat us with his legs. It's got to
right. But the thing is, he's going to be one, and the other one's Purdy. And Purdy, that kid can beat. And that's the thing. And he's athletic enough to. Not as athletic and not as good a runner as Ashford is, but I mean, can absolutely chuck the rock.
Right. Yeah. So it'll be interesting, man. I think both defenses have been playing well.
Right.
And like I said, I think over the last 3 weeks, you could even say that Wake Forest, they may even have more weapons. They may, but they just haven't played very well offensively. Over the course of the last 3 weeks, and I think Carolina's defense is playing better. Coupled with maybe Wake Forest in a little slump right now. I'm hoping that we catch them in a good week. Just where our paths crossed and we're on an upper and they're on a downer, if you will, man. That's what I'm hoping for.
Thing is, are they really on a downer? I mean, they're winning games. They've got big wins over SMU. They've got big wins over Virginia. They're at home. I think if this was at Keenan, I would have leaned the other way. But I think and it's not like this is Lane Stadium or Death Valley. But I think this crowd is going to be into it. I think this is going to be a home crowd, partisan crowd that wants to beat UNC.
Right.
And I think these players are going to feed off that. I think they realize that, hey, they have the opportunity. And I said it in my preview, I said, look, there is no reason that given their final 3 games, they can't be 9-3. Those are all games that are within. It's completely plausible that they win all 3.
I agree. I 100% agree, man. I hope that Carolina goes. I hope they get a little. I hope they're a little fat and happy right now, man. Making bowl eligibility, and like you said, Wake wants to beat Carolina. But I don't know, man. Like I said, I will be surprised if Carolina's not ready for this game as well, because I think they also know hey, we are the flagship. These are games that we should be winning at least, down the road. And secondly, we're trying to fight for bowl eligibility. And I think if we're going to have a shot at that, I'm sure it's been stressed. This is one of the 3 games that you actually need, because if we don't get this game,
You then have to Duke.
Duke and
and
State, man, or I think they're probably, State's offense is pretty good, and
well, so is Duke. I mean, you
and
look at
Duke's
Duke, and that's
offense.
another
Well,
team
yeah,
that-
exactly.
that-
Understood.
if
you.
Mensa doesn't turn the ball over, they're a juggernaut. I mean, it's
Right.
literally what has killed them in their losses is him turning the ball over. And if he doesn't, they're putting up 40 points a game.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. So I think that it's had to have been made very clear. Hey, we're looking for 1-0. Literally, no coach speak here, because we have got to win this stinking game. This is one that we need, man. This is one that we stinking need. So, we'll
This
see,
should be
man.
a
I
good
think
one,
it'll be a
man.
fun game, bro.
This should be a good one. I think this is going to be an old school football. This is going to be who wants it the most, and it sounds cliche, but who executes the best and who makes the fewest mistakes. So,
Right. Right.
I'll be in the house at 3:30, unless the Pitt and Notre Dame game goes to overtime, and I'll be
Yeah.
watching that.
That sounds
So
good, man.
y'all tune in. Noon. College game days in the Berg. Noon. Pitt and Notre Dame.
Yep. For
F
sure.
the Irish. I hate them. Screw them.
Big game for Pitt.
I mean, honestly, I hate them with a passion. So
Yeah. Yep. 100%, man. 100%.
all right, brother. That's my 2 cents, man. I look forward to watching the game with the hooligans and my brother Russ, man. And
Yes,
hey,
sir.
happy birthday, fool.
I appreciate you, Hutch. Thank you, brother.
Later, bro.
All right, man. All right, later. Oh, man. What's going on, baby? You're on the phone with Russ. Who am I speaking to?
This is Gary Goose Taylor in Wilson. I talked
What's
to you last
going
week.
on, Gary? How you doing, brother?
Doing good, man. How about yourself?
I'm doing fantastic now that I'm on the phone with you, bro. What's going on, man?
I heard that. Man, I can't wait till Saturday, man, at 4:30 to watch this game.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What you
I'll tell
thinking?
you that. I'm thinking about 20-17.
2017 good guys?
Oh, of course.
Of course. Okay, my man.
no,
My man.
I
Yes.
mean, this year so far we got 26 sacks. Defense is looking a lot better. We've got 19 sacks in the last 3 games. I
Right.
mean, Mel Carter and Tyler Thompson, they're going off.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm not worried about Wake Forest's running game. Our defense is like, we're first in the ACC, I believe, like 75 on the game. So that's first in the ACC right there.
Right.
So if Wake Forest can't beat us in the air, we got this.
Yeah. Yeah. So you feel confident in our front 7 being able to control the run game as long as, the back end is able to kind of take care of business against
Exactly.
Wake Forest quarterbacks?
Exactly.
Yeah. I think I'm with you, Gary. Yeah.
Yeah, we've been defense looking great. I mean, the team's coming on, and all these damn haters kind of like giving the Belichick. I mean, they need to just go to another team.
Yeah.
I mean, you
Yeah.
can't come in with 7 players and getting good projection for the first time year.
Right.
I mean, something like that, Belichick will be John can pitch the job. I think Belichick's going to be in Carolina for 3 or 4 years. He wants to really do. He will let Carolina be loose.
Right. And I agree.
but-
I agree, man. I don't think he's going anywhere, man. I think he wants to be here. He'll be here for a couple of years. And
Yeah,
so I 100% agree with you, brother.
Yeah, and I'm like you. I love seeing a good defensive team.
Yeah.
And that's what we love to have a Drake May back there quarterback, and with the offense we had back when he was there with this defense.
Yeah. That would have been
Man.
nice, right?
Yeah. Remember I talked to you about a friend that had a bunch of that memorabilia stuff?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I lost that. What you gave me? Could you get that to me one more time?
Yeah. The Tar Heel Huddle at gmail.com.
Tar Heel Huddle.
Yep. The same as the channel name, brother. The Tar Heel Huddle at
Okay.
gmail.com. Yep.
Yeah, and I tell you, as far as the basketball team, I tell you, when Seth Trimble comes back, man, we've got a good. We're gonna be good in basketball this year too. I mean,
Vokovac, I mean, he looked good the other night. First half, but he started when he hit them 2 free throws and hit that 1-3, it was on then.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Yeah, I
like
think
you
we're
said earlier, Caleb Wilson was into foul trouble, but the boys played good, and North Carolina Central coming up, be a little break for us to get some more playing time for other players. But I think we're going to be there in the end.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I agree,
You know
brother.
what I mean?
I
So,
agree, man. I agree.
all right. Well, I will get up with you, and I love your show, brother.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Gary. I got you locked in, brother. 20-17 Carolina, man. I appreciate the call, bro.
Yes, sir. All right. Thank you, man. Have a good one.
Brother. All right, later.
Later.
My man. Hey, shout out to Juice, man, for subscribing to the channel, bro. What's going on? I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for subscribing to the channel, man, as I beat my mic up. So we got 4 predictions right now. Preston's at 20-10. Gary's at 20-17. Hutch is at 17-13 Wake Forest. And yours truly is flipping Hutch's score, 17-13 Carolina. So give me a call, man. $625 on the line, 919-590-3514. Let me know what you think about this football game. Got to call into the show or forever hold your peace. It looks like everybody's kind of on the same page, man. Just a tight football game, a lot of punting, low scoring. Dennis in the house. What's going on, Dennis? Little Russ. Hey, what's the Carolina Wake Forest score going to be? Football. Little Russ is not feeling very good right now. Preston wants you to get this daggone money, dude. Ooh, he said it's going to be a stinking offensive. It's going to be fireworks in Winston-Salem. Little Russ is going with 34-31 Tar Heels. What's up, bud? Yeah, they usually play each other pretty tight, man. What's up, Quan? Good to see you, man. Good to see you, bro. So that's 5. Is that what we're going to be done with? Philippians 4:13 said I get off at 4. Hey, man, I hear you, brother. I don't know if we'll be there until 9 o'clock. We'll see. If somebody wants to call into the show, 919-590-3514. Give me a call, man. All you got to do is subscribe to the channel, call into the show. You predict the score right for the Carolina Wake Forest game, and we're at 625 bones, bro. I'm going to send it to you. All you got to do is think and call into the show, man. So, yeah, like I said, man, it seems like everybody's kind of on the same page. As far as this being a defensive game, except for Little Russ, he thinks there's going to be fireworks. Carolina's going to drop 34 against this Deacon defense, dude. That'd be stinking crazy. That would be stinking crazy. But I do think that the team that can hit a big player too, really, really exponentially helps their chances of winning this stinking football game. I really think that it's going to be, that kind of game, man. Who can get a splash play, a Jordan Ship, like I said, 55-yarder, or, a little screen pass to Damon, out of the backfield. Those are going to be the, if Carolina can't stay in the run fits and Robbie Ashford gets out, and makes a play with his legs. But it's going to be a really good game, man. It's going to be a good defensive football game. If you like defense, this is going to be the stinking one. And I just so happen to like some defense, man. I got you, Juice. I understand, bro. Gene said a Little Russ might think that May or Sam Hartman are suiting up on Saturday. Yeah, exactly, dude. It's going to be a stinking shootout, bro. It's going to be a stinking shootout, according to Little Russ. 919-590-3514. Give me a call, man. If you want to call into the show, give me a score prediction for 625 bones. Let Tar Heel Nation, the college football world, know what you think about this football game. or else I'm going to sit here and look like a doofus on live air. What do you guys think about the uniform combination, man? Once again, kind of interesting with the 90s throwbacks. You know, only away. Maybe we pull them out again, or for the home ones against Duke. I don't know. We'll see. Just thought that was kind of interesting. But I still love this, man. I love the incorporation of the history. Ronald Stinky Curry. I love number 1. Gosh, bro, that's just a great number. Ronald Curry looks good, man. Trey Bly. Good stuff, man. Yeah, Press said nice away look, 100%. 100%. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, man. If that's gonna be it, we got 5 in here. Everybody's locked in. I got the 5 picks for 625 bones. Once again, I'm at 17-13 Carolina. Hutch is 17-13 Wake Forest. Preston's at 20-10 Carolina. Harry's 20-17 Carolina. And Little Russ is 34-31 Carolina, man. So looks like we're looking good, except for that pesky stinking Hutch, man. So hey, listen, Carolina basketball tomorrow. They take on North Carolina Central. We'll be live for the watch party, and obviously Saturday, 4:20ish. Come and hang out with your boy, dude, as we see if Carolina can go back to back to back in the Atlantic Coast Conference, dude, and get one step closer, man, to bowl eligibility and Coach Belichick's first season, man. So I appreciate you guys. I love you. I thank you for all that you do. I appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with me on a Thursday night, man. Like I said, we got Carolina basketball tomorrow, Carolina football on Saturday. It is a great freaking day to be a stinking Tar Heel. You guys already know that. Go to hell, Duke. Go to hell, State. And we'll see y'all tomorrow for the watch party, man. Love you guys. Talk to you later.